And we're live. So welcome back, everyone. Happy Friday. And I'm actually going to give it to you to present today's topic because it's about personal development.
Today's topic is about facing your fears. I don't believe we conquer them because I think fears are something that always arise, whatever's going on, they arise. But I do believe that we can choose to face them. So today I thought we could share some tips on how can you help to face those fears in order to manage the challenges that come your way and live your best life.
And I actually think it's a great time to do it with everything. I don't know how many of you are watching the news with everything that happened in Russia and Ukraine and stuff like this. So everyone got different type of fears. I think there's a lot of uncertainty in life generally, like recently, in the last few years since pretty much COVID. So I think it's a great topic. And if you guys have questions, that's the place. Put it in the comments. Share with us what helps you as well, and let us know.
The first one is about reframing the question. So instead of saying the question in a way of doubting yourself, you ask yourself the question as in, well, what would be possible? And what would happen if I achieve this? Or what would happen if I learn and grow from this? As opposed to asking a question where you're sitting in self-doubt going, oh, I don't know, it's very hard. I haven't done it for a while. I don't know the people. I don't know if I really actually know the module or the theory. And so instead of looking at it from that way, you're looking at it from a way of what could be possible.
So it's more to look at it from a positive angle and not from doubting yourself and taking it to the negative side. And I always say the no is already there before you start any type of something you want to do. So you basically got nothing to lose. Even if it's not going to work, it's a key learning.
I do like that. I do like that. The next one is checking in with yourself. So when you check in with yourself, you go, okay, so what am I feeling now? What are the next steps that I need to take? Do I need to go for a walk? Do I need to meditate? Do I need to pray? Do I need to speak to a friend? What is it that I need now? And because my focus is very much around mindset, it's very much around becoming self-aware about you. If you're able to know what you need in that moment, that will empower you.
Exactly. And if you don't know what you need, that's why you need this type of group of friends or people that will help you to understand it, guide you.
And the next one is to learn from the experience, or to aim for the experience as opposed to the goals. I know we set goals, and I think goals are fantastic. I do. However, in this particular situation, it's more around what more can I learn about the experience and about the journey? Because sometimes we get so fixated on the outcome, and the outcome doesn't quite go the way that we want it to. Then we wrong ourselves, then we have self-doubt, and it's kind of like a spiral of a self-fulfilling prophecy, as opposed to going, well, actually what I've learned has been invaluable, whatever that's been.
But I think the great point here is actually to focus on the journey and not to focus on the outcome, and I think we tend, because the way we live our life, especially with things like social media and all the information you've got out there, and the competition that you kind of want to chase to get to the results, instead of actually learning to enjoy that journey. And I think I read it in one of the books that they divided it to the optimalist to the perfectionist. And the perfectionist will be the top person that will go directly to the outcome. And if the outcome is not as you want, there's a lot of frustration and it doesn't end well. Versus the optimalist, that he will learn to enjoy the journey. So what if I won't get to what I wanted? At least I learned along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And in line with that, it's about facing those fears. Whatever your fears are, I think it's baby steps, or depending on who you are and what's important to you. But just those baby steps of facing those fears, because what is unbelievable, and we know this just from doing the videos. We know that when we first started doing the videos, both of us were like, there was absolutely a bit of fear going on there. And if I look at it now, a few years later, there is no fear. And that applies with anything in your life.
I think you should try more towards the 3 years. We're getting there.
So if you look at anything in your life, whatever that is, if you take baby steps and you actually face the fear, you do get rid of that fear.
I fully agree. And eventually you feel so amazing after when you conquer a fear and you see that it wasn't actually as bad as you thought.
No. And lastly, that fear, if you think about fear being something that you see, because you see, you think you see, and then you feel, your sight is an illusion. And it's your own perception, but it's not actually reality. So Isaac Litsky speaks about this. So he actually went blind at the age of, I think, about 13. He's an entrepreneur. And he speaks about this. And we have this, so it's been proven, for example, that if you are exercising and you're tired and you look at a hill, it looks steeper. If you have a backpack on your back, a landmark looks further away. So that's an illusion of the eyes. So what we see is not actually what's really necessarily going on.
Yeah. So I think it's always like, you know, when you do a walk and you're trying to get to a destination and it looks so far. But when you do the way back, it always looks shorter because you kind of know already the way. So I can link it to that example. So if you're trying to have a better understanding of what he was saying.
Absolutely. So if you are feeling stuck and you're feeling fearful, maybe use some of these tips, take some of these tips and just see what can you look at, especially now with things changing, you know, getting back into socialization and networking and integrating with people for some people is a big thing. So whatever it is for you, face it, embrace it, stand in it, and who knows, within maybe a few months, few weeks, the fear might be gone.
And I think it's important also to understand that we all have that feeling, you know, like I've been teaching yoga on Zoom and I'm doing it for so long, but then yesterday I needed to teach my first class in person. So I remember like I was stressing for a second, like how would it be? But then after doing it, I was like, okay, it was actually not that bad as I thought. Like, yeah, you can actually do it. So we all tend to have different type of like fear and like when we look at certain situations, but you've got the option to overcome them. So if you have your own tips on how you overcome your fears, please put it in the comments. If you're not sure how to overcome, you can reach out to Bridget and she will help you with this.
Absolutely. Have an awesome weekend.
We'll see you next Friday, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.